Well, thank you all so much for joining us on Crowned Unbound, Healing with Flavor. I'm your host, Solea, and today we have Miss Freyja Seithr on with us. How are you doing, Miss Freyja?
I am very well, and I hope you all are doing well today as well.
That's awesome. So let's jump right in. So tell me, whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Southern California, born and raised Cali girl.
Okay.
Yes.
So you still live out there?
Yep, I still live out here, and it's hard surviving in Cali, but I'll always have a home base in Cali for sure.
Absolutely. So let's go back. Let's take it back to like your childhood, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, what was it like for you growing up?
So my childhood was intense. I was adopted by a family who didn't think they could have children. My mother was Indian from Malaysia. Is Indian from Malaysia. And my father is a Frenchman from New Hampshire. So that can kind of give you an idea of what I was dealing with growing up in a household where I am Black and white myself, and my parents are, it was a very eclectic and mixed household, right? Just because I was adopted and I was there. So being adopted into this family was, honestly, I feel like a soul contract, something that I signed up for to awaken them in some type of way. So, I was adopted because my mom was a teen mom. So I'll also say that. So even just coming into this world as a newborn, right, I was already kind of tossed to the side by my biological mother and given up, right? So it was already kind of ingrained this issue of abandonment within me as a child.
Yeah.
Just from that. And it kind of goes deeper because my biological mother actually convinced herself that she wasn't pregnant with me. And it's some psychological thing, but I guess a woman, a child, because she was a teenager, didn't want to believe she was pregnant. So she just convinced herself that she actually wasn't pregnant until I was actually born in her bathroom on Thanksgiving night. She was like, "Oh, I have a stomach ache." She's like, "I'm going to go to the bathroom." So she went to the bathroom and I popped out. So I was taken to the hospital, and at the hospital that I was taken to, my mother was a nurse there, my mother whom adopted me. Mm-hmm. And so the nurses let her know, like, "Hey, we know you guys are trying to have kids. There's a child that needs to be adopted in the unit." And so they basically started the process and adopted me from there. So growing up with them was quite intense because I wasn't allowed to, first of all, acknowledge my lineage, right? Acknowledge the fact that, yes, I am Black. I am white, but I am also Black. I wasn't allowed to explore that or express that at all, right? Mm-hmm. I had to fall in line with the program that even though I was adopted, I'm Indian and white because that's who adopted me. When in fact, I have no Indian blood in me. So I'm sorry, you'll find me like looking around and thinking a lot because I like to think before I speak.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So where did I leave off? Sorry. My mom. Yeah. So it was hard growing up mixed, right? Mm-hmm. So I was already kind of introduced to these ideas of being separated from everybody else. I didn't fit in even in my own family. And so that was really kind of tough and kind of also ingrained this identity crisis within me at a young age, mm-hmm. Which I eventually got to explore once I became an adult, but I'll get to that eventually. So my parents, my father was raised in the Catholic Church and my mother is from Malaysia. So they practice like Hinduism and stuff like that in her country. So they both converted to Christianity and moved to, California and adopted me. So I was raised in that Christian household. Like I said, we were in church all week, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
That's Nala. Nala does not like people walking by our house. She will let them know she is here and don't you come any closer.
No, don't play that shit.
No, she don't play. Shh, mom is busy. Anyway.
It's okay.
Anyway, so, you know, I was really into the Christianity. I was reading my Bible as a child. I was in the choir. You know, I would lead things in the teen ministry. I would stand outside of the abortion clinic and convince women not to go inside. I would work the Harvest Crusade. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Harvest Crusade.
Yeah. I was raised in Christianity also. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So we went to all the family church camps and all of that, right? So when I speak on Christianity, I'm not speaking out of the side of my neck. Yeah. I know what I'm talking about. And so the moment I began to question things, I believe I was around 10 years old when I realized my attraction to the same sex. Okay. I knew as a child that I was attracted to the same sex. My first crush was Drew Barrymore. And my second was Angelina Jolie. Yeah. And both of them, I was in love, right? And so it created this inner turmoil within me. Like, oh, am I disgusting? Am I evil? Am I demonic? What's wrong with me? Am I perverted? Right? As a child, I'm going through this in my head, listening to the sermon, you know, talking about how, you know, homosexuals will go to hell, right? Yeah. So in the church, this was Harvest Church. So after the service, I went to, they have like appointment rooms where you can go and talk to a pastor if you need prayer or if you have questions or anything for after the service, right? So after a service around 11 years old, I believe I was 11, I went into one of these interview rooms after the service and I asked the question to this leader in the church, if all sin is the same, why is it that some sinners will go to hell for their sin and others can be forgiven? Exactly. This is a question I'm asking as an 11-year-old because I'm wondering, how come me liking my same sex is going to send me to hell? I don't understand. It's just love. I don't get it. Why is that going to send me to hell? But yet a murderer who asks for repentance won't be sent to hell? Like I couldn't understand the concept. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Are these questions that you would only ask to folks at the church, or would you be posing these same questions to your parents as well?
Oh, no. My parents didn't have an open door policy. Yeah. My parents, if I brought this to them directly, it would be met with intensity to where I probably wouldn't have felt open enough to even ask the question. So no, I wasn't. I don't believe I was asking my parents that. No, I was just like, Dad, I need to talk to the pastor after church. And he was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I went and asked him. When I asked the pastor this question, I did not get a direct answer. Yeah. It was like he was talking in circles around my question. Yeah. I did not get a direct answer to my question. So that was the beginning of me questioning everything in Christianity. And the other factor to it is that as he was talking, I got this physical twinge in my body. Yeah. Which I first noticed that I got as a child. This still happens to this day, but as a child, I got this physical twinge, like I felt sick. Right.
Now, let's say we have a listener, right? Who does feel that same twinge that you described, right? How would you best describe that, and how can one lean into that? Let's say they don't have the language for what, it is that they feel, or they just don't, and, they're not on a part of their path where they understand, exactly what that is. What would you say to that listener?
I would say to that listener, it feels like a panic, an inner panicking. That's what it feels. And it's like physical, like my stomach kind of lurches, my chest gets tight. right? And at the time, I didn't realize it, but I later learned and came to found that that happens to me when I'm listening to something I know not to be true.
Yep.
And when I say no, I mean GNOW, gnosis, knowing something within, right? At the time, I didn't know. I was just like, okay. But yeah, so I would explain it as a panic, as a, and not an anxiety attack, not a panic attack, because I have experience with those. It's not that. It's almost like somebody's grabbing your heart and stomach at the same time. And it's like, ugh. Yeah. I don't like that. That don't sound true to me.
Yeah.
Right. And go ahead.
So let's say a person is experiencing this, right? And they are not on any type of journey or path, right? And they don't know what this is. How would you tell them to embrace this? How would you, well, I guess what advice would you give to them?
My advice I would give to them is that our bodies, everything going on with our bodies physically is related to something spiritually. So even if you have some sort of illness, right? Let's say high cortisol, it's directly linked to a spiritual side of you, right? Your confidence, your throat chakra, if you're being suppressed, if those things are being suppressed or if they're being controlled, your cortisol will go up. So everything physical is related to something spiritual. That's what I would say. So if you felt that and you think, oh, what was that? It doesn't feel like an anxiety attack. Even if it is anxiety, why am I feeling? Just ask yourself, why am I feeling this right now? Ask your body, what are you trying to tell me? Why is it I feel this right now? What are you trying to tell me? And a lot of times your subconscious will answer you.
Yeah.
So a lot of times your subconscious will answer you. But I suggest to take time, ask your body what it's trying to tell you, and listen. You know, a lot of times I'll get an anxiety attack before a major event. So I was having anxiety driving, and then all of a sudden I got in a car accident. I am so highly protected that all the cars were piling up on each other, and I wasn't touched. But right before that, I was having anxiety, like, what's wrong? What's going on? And I didn't take the time to say, what are you trying to tell me, body? I was just like, why do I feel like this? And then the accident happened. I'm like, oh, I see.
Warning. That was that warning.
It was a warning.
Yeah. So I got another question for you. So looking back, if you were able to go back in time, right, and speak to that 10-year-old you, the one that had those questions that went into to the pastor and things like that, what would you say to her?
You're not misguided. That to listen to your heart, to listen to that twinge, that when you hear something, it's not true, to listen that and follow that with confidence, and to not allow these elders to make you feel as if you are something of the devil.
I know that's right. Say it again.
And to make sure you do not let none of these people make you feel as if you are of the devil.
I know that's right, because they'd be quick to call something demonic. Like,
oh my gosh. And like, I posted a video recently, like, we don't believe in the devil over here.
I know that's right.
Because in my eyes, the devil is an egregor. Right? What's an egregor? Egregor is something that we feed that gives it power.
Yep.
So this idea of the devil has been fed throughout centuries and centuries to put us in fear of finding our own power, put us in fear of following in line, right? Falling in line of what they wanted us to fall in line with. Yeah. Because if we don't realize our own power, they just get more powerful.
And we're easily controlled that way,
Exactly. But on the same hand, I'm not going to say I don't believe in demons now.
Yeah.
Because I have, during my shadow work, I experienced in real life
me too.
some spiritual warfare.
Those little fuckers are not nice.
They're not. And they don't like when you start to awaken to the fact of that you're powerful.
Yep.
They do not like that. They want to scare you.
Yep.
They want to put you back into that program of thinking like, like, you better call out to somebody other than yourself. Like they want to put you in that fear, and they put me in some fear, but but there are ways to protect yourself. There are ways to protect yourself and to, what's the word? Not relieve, but like exercise yourself, basically. I don't believe that everything in Christianity is horrible. You can learn great things from Christianity. The Bible is a great moral code, but I'm not going to look at the Bible as my guide on how to live my life and how to move forward and everything like that. It's a great moral code, but at the same time, it was canonized, right? Heavily canonized by white people in power who wanted more power and didn't want us to know ours. So I was like stuck in this fight with myself and my parents and the Christian religion up until my 18th birthday. And on my 18th birthday, I started living on my own. And at that point, I started really diving into all different types of religion. I studied everything. I studied Buddhism. I studied just everything, Catholicism, even being Muslim, I studied that. And then, of course, I ended up on witchcraft, and I studied witchcraft as well. And that's really what got me into, exploring, is I just wanted to learn about everything and connect with whatever felt most true to me.
Let me ask you this: with you studying all different religions, is there a commonality that you find in all of them?
Yes. Are you kidding me? Yes. There's so much commonality. I mean, there's always like, a Jesus Christ figure. And there's plenty of videos on TikTok that speak about this, right? I personally don't have all the facts and analytics in front of me, but I came to find that it was all the same, and it was just different based on your region. Right? Like, for example, people living in desert areas have a more harsh God. Right? So stuff like that. I found so many synchronicities and so many like, wait a minute, I heard that in Christianity, and now it's moving over here. So definitely so.
It's definitely like the same story written in different fonts, right?
Yes, exactly. That's the perfect way of saying it. I love that.
Okay, so going back to after you questioning that pastor, right? How did life progress for you? From, I know you said when you moved out on your own, you was 18. So from that moment when you left, speaking with the pastor, not having, a lot of questions answered all the way up until 18. And then, as you mentioned at the beginning, having to suppress, you like your indigenous side, How did you manage to maneuver through life from the ages of 10 to 18?
Not very well at all. I don't like to speak bad about my parents because people change and people apologize, and I don't like to speak bad about my family. I'm very loyal. However, it was hard for me because I was the black sheep of the family. I was the one questioning everything. I was the one talking back. I was the one asking questions. I became very defiant. I couldn't understand that. The whole thing within me was I couldn't understand why love was wrong. I became very defiant. I did have girlfriends in, my school ages. I hid that from my parents. I would, even have regular friends over, and my mom would bust in and scream and, tell them to leave because she thought we were doing things we weren't supposed to be doing. And, it was a really hard existence. I did not feel a part of anything. I didn't feel a part of my family. Honestly, I was really awkward growing up. I had a few best friends, but I didn't fit in with the black kids because I was raised in such a Christian and non-secular environment.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to embrace my Black side. So I didn't get along with the Black kids. They looked at me like, oh, you're weird, or you're whitewashed, or you're bougie, or you think you're better than us. I got that attitude. I didn't get along with the white kids because I was too loud. I was too, in their faces. Like they didn't, my opinions were too not with the crowd, right? So it was hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. Childhood was very hard for me. I left home on my 18th birthday, and that was because I wanted to live the life I wanted to live. And my parents weren't okay with me living that life. And, mainly it was me being attracted to the same sex, that caused so much kind of pain within me that I was lashing out. I don't know if anybody else in the community has experienced this in our community, but when you're in that type of community and you're gay, you start to hate yourself almost. And you kind of have to like convince yourself like, no, I'm not demonic. No, I'm not evil, because nobody else around you is going to tell you that. Yeah. So it really confuses you. It really confuses your mind.
It definitely does. And you know what? That was one of the hardest things. That was one of the more harder parts of my journey, with the Most High, because the Most High, this is even when I was still in the religious part of my journey, the Most High would just always tell me, like, you just allow me to love you right where you are, right? Because I used to try to quote unquote pray the gay away, and I would tell Spirit, I'm like, Spirit, I'm genuine with my attraction to women. Like, I genuinely just love everything about a woman. Like, I don't know how to get over this. You got to show me, And Spirit's response would be, allow me to love you right where you are.
That is so beautiful.
It would create like a war within myself, because it was like, I know what I love. And it's like, but, thinking from a religious mindset, how can I love another woman, based on the Bible, or, based on this, or what I've been shown all my life, and it took for Spirit to give me the breakdown on, what it means spiritually for those of us, who are in the community, and how we walk between realms and the whole nine.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love you saying that, because I actually apply that to people. But I say, you got to love people where they're at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So even when I'm getting all these crazy hate comments on my TikTok, I'm just like, love you. Like, I still respond like high vibes, and it's fun for me. But that's beautiful. I'm so glad that you were able to get through that, because there's people who are still going through that. And it's like, you can't convince anybody that it's okay once they've been so deeply programmed in it. It's so hard to convince our kind it's okay. And leaving high school, I just wanted my family's love and acceptance so much that I ended up, I've been in a relationship with 2 men. Okay. The first one was intentional to solely have my daughter. And the second one was like a relationship. So, and I think that I did that because I just wanted acceptance. I wanted, look, mom, look, dad, a man, right? But I quickly found that that's not going to work out for me. So I say that to be completely honest, because in our community, people like me are also shunned upon, right? In the LGBTQ community. And that's why I don't go and like advertise all of that all the time, because even in that community, I've been experiencing division, right? Oh, you've been with a man, you're not a real lesbian. But do you know why I was with the man? I was so religiously programmed. I thought that's what I had to do, so, and it's just another way of division. So first I experienced division of, you're not Black, you're not white. Then I experienced division of, you're not lesbian, you're bi, you're this. So I'm like, I don't like the labels.
And when you think about that, what does that do to a person?
To me, it stifles your authenticity. To me, it does. It stifles your authenticity. You feel like you can't be authentic. And it's just the whole, I try my best not to participate in any constructs of division.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I really do try my best not to.
Yeah.
Because I really believe that if we can just come together as one, everything will be fine. You know?
Absolutely.
So I really think it stifles one's authenticity. And that is not okay. To me, that is demonic. To try to stifle somebody's authenticity, that is demonic to me.
Say that shit again.
To stifle somebody's authenticity is demonic. I don't even know if I don't know if it was saying anything to me in live, but hi guys. Anyway, and our authenticity is directly linked to our power, our personal power. Yeah. So if your authenticity is being stifled, your power is being stifled. That is not cool.
So with thinking of that, okay, so let's say we got a listener that doesn't know how to really give themselves permission to come out and just be authentically them. What would you say to that person?
Do the work. Do the work. Do the shadow work. And I know that's kind of like, you guys probably always hear shadow work. What the heck is that? Go inward and do the work. Because then you'll be able to pinpoint, meditate, start a meditation practice. You'll be able to pinpoint what your issues are. If you do your shadow work, if you don't deny the dark sides of yourself. Yeah. We are all made up of light and dark. Okay. So once you accept that, it's easier to be authentic.
Mm-hmm. And also to keep in mind that in order for the light to exist, the dark has to exist, and vice versa, right? You can't have light without dark, and you can't have dark without light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
So when you got
I may look all love and light, but I am not perfect.
we dance in the shadows too around this.
Yes, we do.
I really like it on that side.
I do too. I have to convince myself. Okay.
Yeah. Because a lot of us spent so much time on the love and light side, right? Thinking that that's where we're supposed to live our lives at, you know what I'm saying? And just keeping ourselves caged in that one side, and then when you get a taste of that shadow side, it's like, shit, nigga, this is what I've been waiting on in a sense, this is so liberating, and it just feels good, to be able to have balance between the two and to just authentically, be able to cohabitate between the two.
Definitely.
So let me ask you this: when you got out on your own when you was 18, first of all, let me back up some. When you were younger, were your adoptive parents honest with you about the fact that you were adopted?
No. So I had a grandmother who moved from Malaysia to California for the sole purpose of watching me while my parents were at work. Uh-huh. My grandma was the purest soul in the world. I mean, the purest soul. And she's actually the one who told me I was adopted, because I went to her and I was like, I call her Ava. So I was like, Ava, why is it my nose is big? How come my skin color is different? And I was a kid. I think I was like 9 years old.
Yeah.
How come my skin color is different? How come I don't look like my cousins? Like, I don't understand. I was crying. She was like, come here, Ma. And she took me in her arms. She's like, you're adopted. Mm-hmm. And she explained it to me. My parents actually got mad at her.
Really?
Yeah, they actually chastised her. I was so heartbroken when they did that to her, because she was honestly the best person I've ever met in my life. I can't even, they were very upset at her for telling me I was adopted. When I tried to ask them about it, you're not adopted. You're not Black.
So they still try to keep up with the lie even after?
No, because I grew up and got a DNA test.
Okay, yeah.
And, I grew up and got a DNA test. So I'm 75% Scandinavian.
Okay.
Then it goes Irish, Scottish, Welsh, and then everything else is Kenyan. And I think like 1% Puerto Rican or something like that.
Okay.
So a 34% of me is Kenyan. So why are you saying I'm not Black? I am from the motherland.
So when you saw the DNA test, did that bring you some type of like peace or closure? What did that do for you?
No, it really did. It brought me so much closure and so much like identity. Okay. Because I really felt like I was going through an identity crisis until I got that DNA test, you know, especially nowadays in this current climate in our culture where, you know, you're not supposed to appropriate races and everything. Like I was just very confused, right? So when I got my DNA test, it brought me a lot of identity, and I was able to connect to my ancestors now.
Yeah. What was the first melanated, like, rich thing that you decided to do to like celebrate? Did you do something?
I didn't really do anything to celebrate, but maybe I should.
Yeah.
I really didn't do nothing to celebrate, but but I definitely started researching like Kenyan deities and, you know, like the tribes in Kenya. I just research is my way, I think, of like giving honor, right? So I just dove into my ancestry, where I came from, where my people come from. I started, you know, doing my altar to my ancestors. So I think that was
as you were researching, did you see like a lot of commonalities within yourself?
What do you mean?
Like, did you see, like, as you were researching like the Kenya and stuff like that, did you see a lot of that living through you currently?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes. And on a spiritual level.
Yeah.
When I started reading what, you know, people in Kenya believe, I was like, oh man, this resonates, you know, or even, and I don't just want to go on one side, because once again, that division, I also got into my Scandinavian side. I researched my Viking side, my Norse magic and all of that as well. And the coolest thing about us mixed people that I don't think gets talked about enough is we have ancestors on both sides.
Yeah. And people,
I got some Viking ancestors, and I got my ancestors over here with their bow and arrow ready to go. Okay.
And you're supposed to be using stuff, you know? Yeah. You're supposed to be fucking with all, you know?
Exactly. And people still want to try me. People still want to try me. Like, y'all really want to mess with some Vikings, okay? Y'all want to mess with some Kenyans, okay?
That's right.
Have a good one.
Right. Oh, shit. Okay, that's what's up. I'm proud of you, you know, for you know, not just like looking for the answers, but going to give them to yourself, right? Because
exactly,
shit, you know, that's what this is about. You have to be the change that you want to see. You have to give the things that you're not receiving from others to yourself, you know?
That is so beautiful. And I connect to that statement so much, because it was only when I stopped giving what I gave to other people to myself,
there you
that
go.
my power was like, and I mean, I've always been powerful. I'm not saying you can't be powerful and help people. I'm saying that some of us overextend. Some of us give too much. Love too unconditionally, to the point where like I would break down myself physically. I was having physical problems, mental problems, spiritual problems. Once I poured that back into myself, and the world tells you that's selfish, you know, that's conceited. No, honey, no. Some of us need the self-love to survive.
Okay, let's say we got a listener, right, that's you know, just feeling like they obligated to help family, to help friends, to help other people. What would you say to that listener?
Oh man, we got the same problem. That's what I was saying. It's oh gosh, you know, I'm struggling to answer that question, because I'm going through that right now. Like, I want to help this person whom I have so much love for, but at the same time, I'm in a battle in myself, because this person has shown me over and over again the same behaviors and hasn't changed, won't change. But I want to help them, because I know that they just need a little bit of financial help, right? To focus on themselves, right? I want to so bad. But I guess the best thing I could say is we got to stop saving people.
Mm-hmm.
We got to stop trying to save people, because people can only really save themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Only when somebody's like, okay, I'm done, I'm ready to awaken, can they really be saved. So I guess we just got to stop trying to save people, y'all. I'm gonna take my own advice.
You know what, I'm gonna go behind you and add something to that. So when we experience rough seasons in our life, right, I consider that to be the fire, right? And so we all have, seasons where we go through fire and stuff like that in our lives. And if I look back over my life in particular, there are some things that the fire developed in me inwardly, that nothing else, I wouldn't have gotten anywhere else. And if I look back and I say, let's say I had said person come along and was to put that fire out, quench that fire, and try to run to my rescue all the time, I wouldn't be learning what I was supposed to be learning in that season. And so sometimes we have to remember that, as bad as we want to, sometimes people have to sit in the fire, for the impurities and things like that to come off it, so they can get what they need to get up out the fire for their next season. And if we come along and get in the way of that, we could be the ones that are quenching that fire,
That's so true. And see, this is why we're here, because now we learn it from each other, because I'm like, you're right. You're absolutely right. Ooh, I like that. Thank you.
Look,
As a matter of fact, I'm going to use that to the person directly. I'm going to say, you got to go through this fire alone.
You got to sit in this.
I love you, but
yeah. Hey, when Spirit was training me, Spirit be like, don't get in the way. Don't get it. Hey, don't get up in there. Mind your business. Mind your business.
Right.
Like, you know what? All right, because I really ain't in the mood to tussle. Okay.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I love that. Thank you. I'm gonna use that.
Oh, no problem. So let me see. So once you got out on your own, right? I guess what was it that sparked you? Did you go onto the spiritual path immediately, or did you go into with Christianity, or what did that look like for you?
No, I immediately went into the spiritual path once I was on my own. Mm-hmm. And it, like I said, I'm learning new things every day. Yeah. Wisdom comes every day. I'm not perfect, but I went straight into spirituality. And I could say I've been studying spirituality since I was 18 and really delving into the craft since I was 20. Mm-hmm. I don't want to give you my age, but I'm almost 40.
I would never guess that.
Yeah, I don't like to give my age because I don't believe in the calendar that we're following.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother podcast, girl.
Yeah.
But anyways, so it's been some years is what I'm trying to say, that I've been studying spirituality and really doing the work on myself, doing the shadow work. And I've learned so much. When I was in my late 20s, I joined this organization. I'm low-key a little scared to say the name online, but I'm gonna say it. Okay. It's called Secret Energy. Mm-hmm. It's this esoteric cult. I'm just gonna be real. They'll tell you they're a cult themselves. They'll say, yeah, we're a cult, we're a culture. Mm-hmm. I learned a lot of really helpful information from them. Mm-hmm. And however, after being raised in the Christian church, I was beginning to find that inner I was beginning to feel that when they started to say things, right? Uh-huh. And I don't know if you know much about numerology, but my numerology is 888.
Oh wow.
So truth comes out around me. Mm-hmm. Okay. People who engage in relationships with me, your truth is going to be exposed. Anything in the dark is going to come to light around me, messing with me. Okay. So I say that to say that when I was in this cult, I was beginning to get that same twinge, that same, you're hearing something that's not true.
Yeah.
And it was funny because they treated me kind of like the oddball. Like, once again, it was division. I was the weird one. I was the black sheep of the cult. And I almost felt like they didn't include me as much as everybody else because they know I couldn't be programmed.
Yeah.
They know I wasn't falling for that shit. Like, that shit wasn't working over here.
Yeah.
So they didn't give me as much attention as everybody else who was like worshiping the leaders, right? But that's not to say that I learned a lot of helpful information from them. And, you know, and throughout my studies period, I just learned a lot of really good esoteric and metaphysical information just from me researching. I just have a natural want to research everything. As soon as I hear something I don't know anything about, I'm like, you know, what's going on? Let me find out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how did you run across this group?
So I was in a relationship with this beautiful soul, and she started being like vegan. She started veganism, and I started being vegan with her, and I was like, well, where'd you even get this idea? She's like, oh, I've been listening to these videos, you know. Basically, my partner introduced me to them. She brought me in. Yeah, I really don't want to talk too much about them. They're intense. They are very intense warlocks and witches. They don't call themselves that, but they do a lot of dream work. They will come into your dreams. They will they'll do a lot of crazy stuff like that. They'll try to, like, you know, silence you online. I don't know. They have a lot of pull. But you have to go look them up. But I'm not saying that, you know, everything they teach is crazy, but the environment, nah, slick. Like, we don't go for that. You don't need anybody else. You just go inward.
Exactly. So let me ask you this. So when it came to like coming out, who was the first person that you came out to?
You know, it's weird because I never really like came out. I think my parents read my diary, so that's how they found out. I never really like came out. Like, I never said, hey, everybody, I'm just like, you know, I never had a coming out. I did bring my partners around, you know, like, they had a Thanksgiving party once, and me and the same person who brought me into the cult, I brought her to Thanksgiving dinner. You know, so I would push it in their face, but it was never like a coming out celebration. I don't know if it's because I'm a millennial. Like, our age group kind of like wasn't with that whole coming out thing. It was kind of still not cool.
That shit was not cool, you know.
Yeah,
in our time.
Yeah, it wasn't. now it probably would be a lot easier, you know.
Yeah. So once you embarked on the journey of spirituality, did that bring you like more peace and stuff in your life?
Completely. I have struggled with depression, anxiety since childhood. Okay. And once I started learning about my own power and connecting to it and doing the shadow work, it did bring me this peace and joy that I can't seem to find anywhere else, and that I never felt in the Christian church. I'm sorry. But it's just this complete peace and inner knowing, and just knowing that as long as I'm coming from my heart space, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah. So, okay, let's say we got a listener, right? A listener who is like in Christianity, but they kind of feel pulled like away from it, right? But they aren't necessarily comfortable enough to jump right into spirituality or into the unknown. What would you say to that person?
Do what I do. Slowly integrate the new things you learn with the old, right? So, for example, like the difference between prayer, right, and a spell. You saw my video about that.
I did, yeah.
How it's the same thing, right? Just slowly kind of change your programming in that way. You know, pay attention to words and what they mean. But yeah, I would just say, just go at your own pace. Do your own studies. There's so many videos on YouTube. There's so many videos on TikTok. Go research. Do your own study. You don't have to jump into building an altar and casting spells, and you don't even have to. That's not your way of doing things. You can continue to pray to God, but just understand that everything that they're teaching you there is not it. Yeah. I'm not here to convince you of a different, I'm not here to convince you guys of anything. I'm just trying to show you a different way. Right? I still pray to God.
That takes me to my next thing, right? So people, what I've also noticed is that a lot of people from the outside looking in, they automatically begin to treat folks or begin to think that once you leave Christianity and shit like that and enter into spirituality, then you begin I guess you God is no more, right? You just
no.
What would you say to that listener?
That I do believe in God, that I just believe that when I say God, I mean source, I mean universe, I mean spirit, I mean all that is. When I say God, I mean the energy, the source that connects all of us. Okay, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And the reason why I express it that way is because of a mushroom trip that I did. So during my, research and studies, I was like, all right, I think I'm ready to try the psilocybin, right? I'll tell you guys about my first experience in a second, but I want to bring up the second experience first because it relates to this being connected thing. I was at a park and I was by myself. I laid a blanket down. I had my sage burning and everything. And I took my mushrooms and I laid there. And all of a sudden, the whole world was just turning geometric around me, right? Everything was geometric. But most importantly, I saw this beautiful life force, this flow of energy that kind of was showing itself to me as a golden, sparkly train of light. That was moving through everything around me. The grass, the trees, the people walking in the park. It was all, we were all connected. And that was the message I got that time was, number one, we are all connected. And number two, time is not real.
That's correct.
Those are the two messages I got the second time. Now, the first time I did my psilocybin, I highly suggest people trying psilocybin because I really feel like it opens the veil.
Yeah, for real.
And it's so non-addictive because if you do it once, it's like, oh, I don't know if I can do that again. It's like enough. It's like, I don't know if I could do that again. But the first time I was with somebody on a beach and we took about an eighth each. And as we were sitting there watching the sunset and it was settling in, the sun was setting, and once it went down, I saw the sky open up, literally, and I saw pirate ships in the sky. Of all these different sizes and types of pirate ships in the sky, and one of them noticed me and kind of flew down and was watching me, and it was a moment where my Christian programming definitely broke down. And I literally fell to my knees and I was crying and I was thanking God and the universe. Thank you for showing me that I was right, that it's a veil, that, there's things that we can't see, that it was just a moment of God validating everything I know to be true.
Yeah.
You're not from this world, Freyja. You're right. Here's the alien ships to prove it to you. But it was quite an experience. And after experiencing that, it was that was really a turning point in me being able to say what they were teaching me in Christianity, what was true and what was not. It was so weird. It was just doing the psilocybin helped me. Okay, now I know for a fact that's not true. And I know for a fact that this is, right? I'm getting emotional. That's why you're hearing me choke.
No, you're okay.
Because it was really a moment of of God just telling me like, it's okay, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, you're right. Like everybody's been telling you your whole life that you're wrong.
Yeah.
And you've just been coming from your heart. And, you know, I just want to let you know you're right. So I really suggest that if you're of age, that everybody go try that. Because it's really a good thing to assist in helping break down your programming, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this. When you had that experience and those experiences, and really like when the veil was really lifted on the more spiritual side of things, when you would look back at the religion and Christianity, would that piss you off? Would you get angry with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I still have to control that. Mm-hmm. I get very pissed off because I don't understand this obsession of wanting to tell gay people that they're going to hell. I just don't understand that part of it. I don't understand that part of their rhetoric. To me, God is love. And how could love be wrong? Mm-hmm. Like, it's just, so yeah, I would get very angry. I would have very heated arguments with my parents, get kicked out of their home. Yeah. I was actually staying with them during COVID, and they literally kicked me out during COVID mm-hmm. because I didn't want to get the vaccine. I didn't want to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And I posed a question to them, oh, ye of little faith.
Ooh. And you know what?
Oh, ye of little faith.
Truth be told, that's what the fuck, that was the fucking greatest test of all time, damn near.
And they kicked me out for saying that.
Say that shit again.
Oh, ye of little faith.
I know that's right.
Don't take your vaccine.
Ooh-wee.
They were so angry at that truth. They were so angry at that truth because I wasn't saying nothing wrong. That's the truth. That is the gosh darn truth.
Hey, you ain't never lied. No lies detected.
No. So they kicked me out for that. So I ended up needing to get an Airbnb in the middle of the pandemic for months. And it's just like, it's just like, okay, so now I know when the world is coming down and the revolution begins. Now I know y'all don't got no backbone and y'all ain't gonna help me with nothing. Y'all ain't gonna help me with no revolution, okay? So now I know you're just gonna throw me to the wolves. Like, you're really just gonna throw my butt to the wolves. And that's what that was. You know, people really showed their true colors during COVID.
Yeah, they did. And you know what? The fact that you stood on business, because that's what it was about, you know? Are you like, yo, that's a whole other podcast. I'ma just salute.
Thank you. And they hate it when you spit their own words back at them. Like, they hate it. They really do.
Shit. Okay, so I got another question for you. So let's say we got a listener, right, that is on the brink of like wanting to come out, right? But, you know, maybe they don't have anybody in their lives to accept them, you know, or they just are nervous or scared. You know, what would you say to that, listener? Or maybe they'll feel like they'll be judged, you know?
I would remind you that this is your life and that your authenticity is directly linked to your power once again. So if you are looking for inner peace, if you are looking for abundance, you know, if you are looking for stability, it starts with authenticity. So be yourself. Nobody needs to accept you. You accept yourself. God accepts you. The universe accepts you. God loves you. You don't need acceptance from other people. That's what I would say. I know that's easier said than accepted, but I'm living proof, honey. I don't got nobody telling me I'm right. I don't got nobody, but I'm still going to say what I got to say and still going to live my truth no matter what. So you express yourself, you come out, you love who you want to love.
You know, that's right. And how would you describe, okay, let's say they have a fear of, the Most High, not accepting them for who they are and how they are, I guess, what would you say to that person who was, fearful of coming out because of that? Because a lot of times people get thrown out of the churches, thrown out of their families and stuff like that. And the main people who are the most judgmental are Christians, which are supposed to be like a reflection of, the Most High, and so it's like this person who says that they're a reflection of the Most High doesn't accept me. I know God's not going to, accept me.
Let me explain it in a way that helped me. Okay. This flesh isn't me. Okay. Your flesh is not you. This isn't me. This is not me. The soul and spirit inside of me, inside of this flesh, inside of this avatar is what is running me. Do you think what is a soul made up of? Light, right? Light. Does light have gender? Does light have gender? Our soul is light. We're not these vessels. This is just an avatar. I've been here many times before in different avatars. I can tell you that for sure. This is just an avatar. What is running these avatars is the soul and the spirit within, right? The infinite soul, the one that lives on, right? The one that Christians explain as the soul going to heaven or hell. That part of you does not have gender. That part of you does not have gender. Okay, so if you think that way, how could God not accept you?
Yep.
How could these people who claim to be of God not accept you? And see, that's another thing I never got. Especially on TikTok, these Christians get so angry, and they just start like trying to exercise, like they start manifesting. Actually, they start manifesting within my comments, and I get so confused because I'm like, do y'all think this is how Jesus would have reacted?
What? And then this don't look like it's a fruit of the spirit.
It don't. Jeez. and so back to that too, like I do believe in Jesus. I believe that Yahweh came to show us that we can be our own Christ. All this organized religion and all this power play and all this division and hate and judgment coming from the church was never what Christ intended. The whole point was to bring us together, to show us that this is the way. This is the truth, and this is the light.
They've taken religion and use it as a divisionary tool over the years, you know what I'm saying? Because you got Christians looking at Buddhists and Buddhists looking at Catholics, you know what I'm saying? And it's a tool of division, to keep us all divided when we're all one, That's all it is. And let me tell you Christians about something. It was paganism. Okay, this is now we're talking history. Now we're not talking opinions anymore. There was paganism, and the church took things from paganism to make their own, so it would be easier for the pagans to become Christians. Y'all are still doing pagan practices. Burning sage in the Catholic Church, lighting a candle. Y'all are still doing pagan practices, even praying. So celebrating Christmas, pagan holiday, celebrating Easter, Ostara. Like it's just, that's a whole nother podcast too. But my words to that person is just to think of it that way, that our souls are genderless. If that is truth, which I do believe to be true, absolutely, this whole conversation's irrelevant, and it's just put there to divide us. So let's say, okay, now right now, looking back to that 18-year-old that was getting ready or that was freshly embarking on the spiritual path, if you could go back in time and say something to that 18-year-old version of you, what would it be?
Focus on yourself. Focus on your own path. And stop trying to save everybody. Stop getting in the way of spirit.
Oh, yeah. Because you know what? A lot of times, like, and that's another misconception, you know, that they teach in like Christianity and stuff like that. You know, they teach the love and light, and you know, you're supposed to be of peace and just all this all pleasant ass shit, right? But it's like there has to be confrontation too. There has to be, you know, it has to be balanced, you know.
Exactly. Jesus went and flipped the tables, right? He went and flipped the tables in that church. With those Pharisees selling stuff in his church. He flipped them tables. There ain't nothing wrong with flipping some tables every now and then.
For real. It's necessary.
It's necessary. It's necessary.
It's necessary. Hell yeah. Yeah. So let me ask you this. So now knowing what you know now and looking, I mean, all, you know, we in past, present, future, really, they all exist, you know, together. But speaking like to your future self, what would you say to her?
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I would say I'm proud of you to my future self, because I'm finally at a place where I am being my authentic self. And it feels really good. And I hope that my experience will help others become more authentic too. And my goal is just to influence others to become authentic, to become more powerful within themselves. You know, that's really my goal, to understand that, yes, you have power, and to remind, you know, just for everybody to remember who the fuck we are.
Ooh, I know that's right.
Stop playing, like, stop letting these higher ups play with us too.
So let's say we got a listener that doesn't necessarily know what you mean when you say remember who we are. Can you elaborate for that listener?
Remember that I believe that God's intention for us is to all be as authentic and individually as authentic as possible. So I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
No, you okay? You okay? Hey, it's all right. No, you said, you know, that us as a people need to remember who the fuck we are. And I was saying, like, let's say we have a listener, you know, because that term may not be familiar to some people, right? So let's say we have a listener that's like, what does she mean? Remember who we are?
When I say remember who you are, I mean your soul. Because coming into this world, we have been completely programmed to think a certain way, to move a certain way. So when I say remember your power, remember who you are, I mean forget your programming. Forget what you've learned so far. Forget what people have told you, and remember that you are powerful, that you can change and mold your own reality, that the words you speak are a spell in itself. So, yeah. So just, you know, go inward, honestly. Go inward, because remembering who you are looks different for everybody.
Yeah.
Remembering who I was meant stop giving my power away. Stop giving my unconditional love away. So what me remembering my power was completely different from somebody else remembering their power, right? Mm-hmm. Me remembering my power was also speaking up, using my throat chakra. Mm-hmm. You know, when you hear something you know not to be true, speak up.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by remember who you are, is forget your programming.
Okay, so I got another one for you. So, you know, every time we don't speak up, right, when something isn't right, can you explain to the audience what that does to a person, or what that does to, you know, to who we are?
Oh, I be feeling like you know me already. Like, So within my adult relationships, this is the best example I can use. I have had to stifle my authenticity. You know, people don't like that I call myself a witch because I'm trying to reclaim the word witch. So in my relationships, it's been even hard in my romantic relationships to even be authentic. So I have experience in not speaking up when I hear something that I know is wrong, and I'll just keep my mouth shut to keep the peace. I don't want to argue with my partner. I'm not about to get into this whole fight with them over this, you know. I don't want to be attacked for who I am within these relationships. So, you know, I don't want to be judged. I have kept my mouth shut many times for those reasons. And it has only hurt me. It put me in depressions. It made me physically sick to not speak my truth. It makes me physically sick and ugly. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. It makes me physically, my attraction just goes away. I'll be having these problems going to the doctor. The doctor's like, I don't know what's wrong with you. And I was really just breaking down my body every time I didn't speak my truth, breaking down my soul, my spirit, and disrespecting myself. Yeah. And that's really what it is. It's a disrespect to yourself when you don't speak your truth. And that, I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but that really broke me down, even on a physical level. Yeah. Emotionally, spiritually, it was harder for me to manifest. It was hard for me to create. I couldn't be creative. If you guys go look at my TikTok, you'll see a huge break in me posting videos. It's because I'm going through some shit. Yeah. And it really drains you of everything, just not even speaking your truth and using your throat chakra. It really does.
Yeah. And it just wears you down, you know? Yeah. And a lot of times, like, because I know for myself, like, yo, if I got something to say and I don't say that shit, I'm going to feel it in me. Like, yeah, it burn me up until I let that shit off, you know?
I feel nauseated.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, you know, that shit wear you out. You know, you got to release that energy, you know, and clear your auric field of that, like, you know.
Always. So now I don't have a problem. You know, you might have to change your tone or your frequency, but, you know, just speak from love and speak your truth.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about this. Y'all, she wrote a book. I'm going to have her tell y'all about it, but baby, when I say this manifestation book, baby, she put her foot off in this.
So it is a journal, and I called it Connect to Your Inner Power. I purposefully made it completely Black cover on both sides. That was on purpose. Black is a color of protection, and you know, we don't want anybody getting into your personal manifestation journal. And so what's in here is basically everything I have learned from all my spiritual travels and studies. Some of the stuff from the cult too is in here. But the purpose of this manifestation journal is to align yourself with the frequency of the universe, okay? When you align yourself with specific frequencies, you're able to bring in certain things. There's a frequency for everything, right? There's a frequency for money, for love, for abundance. So that's really what this journal is for, is to really teach you where to start in your personal practice. You know, I talk about how, you know, it says, let's start with purpose. And I explain to you guys what the purpose of this journal is. And then I explain to you why cleanliness is so crucial when manifesting. And I created beautiful AI images.
Yeah. Y'all, this journal, this journal is fire.
So it's really fun to look at. And then I go through every day of the week and kind of explain to you what you can do to align yourself with the frequency of a certain day to help you manifest easier on that day. Or if there's something specific you want to manifest, you can learn about what day is best to manifest that specific thing. And so, for example, I'll use my day, Saturday, as the example, Saturn. So Saturday is represented by the octopus, eight legs. Beautiful art, isn't it? I love AI for this.
Yeah.
Like I'm an artist, but not like this, in different ways. Okay, so let me show you guys just a quick example. So to invoke the frequency of Saturday, we can, the concept of the frequency of Saturday is rooted in the idea that each day of the week has its own energy or vibration, often linked to the influences of celestial bodies and traditional planetary associations. Saturday is traditionally associated with Saturn, the planet named after the Roman god of agriculture, time, and endurance. Saturn's energy is often characterized by discipline, structure, responsibility, and the passage of time. Saturn's influence encourages focus on long-term goals, responsibilities, and disciplined efforts. And then I go in and list like the planetary influence of the day, which is Saturn, the attributes, the frequency, which is 5,760 hertz. You can find that type of music on YouTube. I actually also have a YouTube channel where I post frequency music to help you guys manifest. So yeah, it lets you know that the element for Saturday is Earth. The number associated with Saturday is 8. The colors, black, indigo, gray, and purple. So you could wear those colors to feel more powerful on that day. You could use crystals like blue sapphire, diamond, jet, onyx to assist you as well. Okay. So yeah, I just go through and I explain all of that, and also go into the history of manifesting, why and how it came about. And then there's a little vision board for you guys to create your little vision board. And then there's a daily journal, so you can journal your spiritual progress. So if anybody's wondering where to start, I don't know where to begin, this is a good place to start.
And a couple questions. So I know you said you have a YouTube channel. So if people want to locate your YouTube channel, how do they find it?
Yes. So I haven't been active on there in a long time, but I just left my content up. I talk about my experiences in astral travel. If you guys give me 1 second, I'll pull it up and tell you what it's called. But you could probably just put my name in there. Let me see if I put my name, if it works.
Okay. And I'll make sure that the link is embedded in the caption. So when you guys segment, you can go ahead and go right to to her YouTube channel and subscribe.
Yes, please. Wait, your channel. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm on there as Freyja, Freyja Seithr, Seithr. Okay, I'll send you the link so we can put it in. We'll post the link somewhere, you guys.
Yeah, it'll be in the caption when when this segment goes out.
Okay.
And then, can you give everybody the name of your journal and where to find it at?
Yes, it is called Manifestation Journal, Connect to Your Inner Power. And you can find it on Amazon. And the link is in my TikTok bio for that.
Okay. I'll be sure to add that. I'll be sure to include that too, so they can go blow up your Amazon and,
please, that would
sell
be great.
You out of the journals.
I have no sales yet, so
really,
that would be awesome. Okay. If you guys want to go buy a journal and support your girl, that would be awesome. And I appreciate all the love and support.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you about to get an influx of sales on the journals.
Yay.
So one last question, right? So if people want to work with you, how do they locate you?
Okay, baby. You guys can email me at can email me at F, my first initial. Nala, hold on, mamas. FSEITHR@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll be sure to include that.
Okay. So my first initial and my last name.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I really and I enjoyed this.
Me too. Thank you so much. It was so fun, and thanks for helping me pull myself out of my comfort zone. And I really appreciate talking to you and your time.
No problem. I had a lot of fun with this. Thank you so much. Even though you were nervous and this is your first time, congratulations on your first time.
Thank you.
This is the beginning of much greatness for you.
I hope so.
Yeah, and thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes, thank you everybody. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for watching.
This was dope. As she mentioned, y'all go ahead and head on over to YouTube, subscribe to her channel. She has the frequency music content. I'll also include her TikTok and her email address just in case you guys want to work with her, and also the link where you can find her book. And as y'all know, us over here at Healing with Flavor, we got a lot of stuff going on. We got the My Yacht Mothers Fund going on. We always looking for donations to help these single mothers.
What's that? I haven't heard about that yet.
Really?
Yeah.
So my personal brand is Crowned by Fire, and then I'm a daughter of Maya. So her and I came together and created a single mothers fund for single melanated mothers.
Okay.
To provide, resources for essential needs like rent, utilities, daycare. A lot of moms don't have sufficient daycare for they can go to work. Things like that. So I started it back in April. I built a website, and on the website people can go over and donate any amount. And then I have a short form on there for the single mothers to fill out, for those that need assistance. And so they fill out the form, I will reach out to them directly, and then whatever funds that's needed, I will, reach out to the provider who provides the services and pay them directly. So,
okay, cool. Yeah. I'll definitely go donate.
Much gratitude.
So much for doing that. I am a single mom, but my baby's already an adult.
Yeah.
She turns 18 in like a month.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And thank you for all the intentional work that you put in on your healing journey, because it shows, it shows in just the ways that you've grown. And I know that it wasn't easy, growing up and, having to experience the things that you did in childhood. However, you did not let that, become like a dagger in the road and let that stop you, and now you are writing books and, and jumping on podcasts,
Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for seeing me, Reflection. Absolutely. Much love.
Yeah, absolutely. Much gratitude. It's been a pleasure, y'all. Make sure y'all stay tuned. We coming out with more, and more folks like us and like Miss Freyja. And this has been a blast. Be sure to head over to the links that's posted in the caption and for some follow-up, y'all. Go support her and support, what she has going on, and encourage her. And, walk alongside of her on her journey. And until next time.
Lovely. See you guys. Bye.
I'm stopping the recording.